Good morning, everyone. Today I just decided to have another coffee talk. I had a lot of trouble sleeping. I couldn't really sleep until like 2:30 in the morning. Part of that was due to I was watching a show on Netflix. But another part was just I had a lot on my mind. And this morning I had trouble like around 7:30 in the morning. Nothing really too serious. But now it's caused me not to be able to go into work today, which kind of sucks because I really do need hours to pay my bills and stuff. So I'm not in the best of moods today. But the show that kept me up, I was on Netflix that I was watching is called Terrace House. It's pretty much like a reality show. But it's a Japanese show that Netflix picked up. I'm sure some of you have seen it in your recommendations. I've never really watched anything like that until now because the only reality TV shows I know of are American shows. They're just complete train wreck. At least for me they are. So I only gave it a chance now because on the ratings. I only go for shows that are ratings like in the 90s because unless I know of the show itself and what it's about, and I won't go anything below like mid 80s. So it was up there in the 90s, so I thought I'd give it a try. Maybe it was different from here, and it kind of is. But the thing that got me like wondering is like the whole relationships thing. Like, what I want to know is, it's because surprisingly I'm 27 now and I've never been in a relationship ever. Sure, there was people I liked back in like high school and stuff, but nothing really ever happened, of course. But excuse me, breakfast. But I think it's mostly due to my isolation that I've never really had a chance at a relationship with anyone because I don't know anyone. My only friends that I have are both girls, and we mostly just do, girl stuff. Go coffee shops, go shopping at the mall, or go to the movies. That's it. Or we just go over to each other's houses and raid each other's fridge. The usual. But I've never really liked the idea of how people meet. Like, mostly because what most people recommend or what most people say is that they met someone while they were like in a club or online dating apps, and those type of things never really appealed to me, mostly because it seems a bit artificial, and not just because one of them is like in an app, but mostly because you can't really get to know someone in a loud, dark place while they're like half intoxicated, and you can't really get to know someone if they're not in front of you properly. So I for me, I'd rather do it like naturally, you know, become friends first and then see how it goes from there, that type of thing. But because all I do is just go home from work and go to work every day, that I pretty much isolated myself. I mean, sure, there are people who come in my store that you can say are like potential people to get to know, but I make it like a rule for myself that I don't like show interest in customers. One, because of the area I'm in, so it's not really the best area for choosing a person. And I'm not saying like everyone in that area is bad, but where I'm at, it has a reputation, I guess you could say. So like, which made me think from watching the show is how people approach each other, and how people like set up dates with each other. It seems so awkward, and I don't know why, but I find it weird setting up a date with someone while other people are in the room. I don't know why. When I saw that, I don't know why, it made me feel like very kind of like secondhand awkwardness. But yeah, I don't know. I get the cringy feeling or the awkward feeling pretty easy when I watch these types of shows, which is why I try to avoid them a lot. But this one didn't seem so bad. It's all awkwardness and all the awkward silence. That's mostly what keeps me away from these type of things. But after watching that, it kind of made me a little bit depressed, seeing like people like at least trying, whereas I'm in my situation, even if I wanted to, I really can't, because all I do and all I can afford is to go to work and come home because of gas and because of pay for that gas. That mostly goes to like rent, electricity bills, food, things like that. Excuse me. And to mostly fix my car too, because my car that I drive, it's pretty old and a little bit run down, so I have to keep an eye on it constantly, otherwise it breaks down on me again. And I can't just like trade it in for a new one because I couldn't afford the payments for a new car if I wanted, even if I wanted to. So until I get either a better pay at my job, which I know is impossible because it's a small store, so I know we definitely can't afford it, or I, get a second job, which I know physically I can't do because as I said earlier, like the way I was born, because I was born with actually water in my lungs. so I had problems from the start. So now my immune system is not normal. It's not as great as it should be. So I get sick pretty often. Like growing up, I remember like going in and out of hospitals a lot. Not for anything like too serious, but I always had like one issue or another. or like I had a pretty bad case of like flu or something that just wouldn't go away. And it's because my immune system is not that great. So that's why I can't really get another job even if I wanted to, because I know like my body can't handle that kind of I guess you could say hard work, even though that's a bad way to put it. But so, which is why I'm hoping like I'd give this a shot, but you never know with like YouTube these days, especially with everything that's going on and everything like in the like social media and all that, which is like I also woke up this morning to like my phone going off because I don't know if you know them, but the group BTS, their company just uploaded a new video of it was an extension version of the recent music video Fake Love. So I woke up to so many messages of that. Which, by the way, what the heck was that ending? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it and then come back. But that ending made no sense. So, which is why I had so many like tweets from Twitter about people freaking out, and it's like, what the heck? It's like I was sleeping and I woke up to this, which I was. But I kind of really like the song, how they mixed it up, because they did mix it up a little bit and not just like add more scenes to the extended version, which I'm grateful for, because I feel like that would have just been like a waste. But the remix version is good too. But since I couldn't fall asleep last night until really late, I had to use I usually listen to music that helps me calm down and helps my mind stop like racing. I'm sorry if you hear people in the background. I don't know if you can, but people are awake in my house. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I listen to music to help my mind calm down, because otherwise it just keep going all night, and I've had sleepless nights because of it. And so last night I went to like one of my older groups that I listened to, which was like all the old music from Beast. But even though they're called Highlight now, the older music is kind of where I still go to first, just because it's like the nostalgia of it and like the memories I have of it. And surprisingly, when I tell people this, it confuses them, but when it comes to my memories, I can remember anything that involves music, and I can remember the feelings that I had and like that I had of it like the first time. But when it comes to normal memories like childhood or like what happened in high school, like I can only remember everything that was negative and bad. I don't have, and even then, like I only remember like the feeling that it gave me, or the memories themselves. Like when people say that they can remember the conversations they had when they were kids, or the things they did when they were kids. And when they say that they can feel it, thinking about it, they can feel it happening all over again. I don't get that. Not because it's confusing, but like I literally don't get that feeling. Like when I think of my old memories, no matter what year it is, I want to get like a single picture in my mind. Kind of like if you stare at a Polaroid of that moment, like the feeling of, you know, what happened, because you see it in there. And even if I'm holding a physical picture, like I see myself there, but I don't remember it happening, even if you show me this. And which is like, I don't know why, but those are the memories I have when it comes to normal stuff. But when it comes to music, I can tell you everything that it made me feel for the first time. I can tell you the thoughts I had while watching anything or listening to anything. And I can tell you like the events that happened, like involving the music itself, that I remember. But anything beyond that is like, it's pretty hard. And I honestly don't know why my mind's like that. Maybe like it's mostly maybe somehow to do with repressed memories. Because even like my childhood, like I won't say it was bad, because not all of it wasn't. I don't know if you heard that, but that was funny. But the things I do remember from my childhood, or at least the things that my family tells me, it was okay, but it wasn't great. Like just how like they always tell me when I was younger, when I was like really little, all I spoke was Spanish. That's all I knew. But as I grew older, and as my parents wanted me to learn English more, as I learned English, all my Spanish started to slowly disappear. So now that I'm older, I can't understand or speak to my family that lives like in Mexico, because all they know is Spanish. But even though I could before, I can't now, which is kind of like, it's a little upsetting, because I always need like my mom or one of my aunts or uncles that do understand English to be there. Otherwise I can't like really understand what my family is saying, which I feel like is like a little bit sad, because of all the conversations I could have had with them, all the stuff I could have found out on my own. But no, I can't, because I can't ask them. I understand enough of what they're saying, like in a sentence, like the main points. If I can understand like the main points in that sentence, I can pretty much piece it together myself. Kind of like process of elimination kind of thing. But if you need me to like translate for you completely, I wouldn't be able to do that. Which is where I'm at also with like me studying Korean too. And I'm not just studying Korean just because of the fact that I start to like the culture for years now, but because I have this way of thinking that when it comes to friendship and finding friends that last a lifetime, I feel like we're limiting ourselves if we only look for friends within one language. I feel like we're like eliminating like 90% of our options if we don't try with outside of our own language. Which is why eventually I want to be the person that knows like multiple languages. Excuse me. And not just English and Korean or English and Spanish. Which eventually I do, because one, I need to talk to my family. And two, because I'm starting to have friends who are like Korean, and it'd be nice to have a conversation with them that they understand completely. Because right now I can't really talk to them about anything too deep or use like too complicated vocabulary. Even though I love reading and I love learning new vocabulary, like I can't really use all that with them because it's too high a level for them right now. So instead of waiting for them to know or to learn it, I want to be like the one that learns enough so I can have a conversation with them instead. And I want to eventually like extend that to other cultures that interest me, and not just other cultures at random. Because I feel like in order to learn a language, you have to learn the culture first. Because if you don't understand the culture, then you won't be able to pick up on the language. That's just my theory though. At least that's how I learn. Which is why when I first came across just the culture in general, or like the dramas, because I came across that first, it's how they lived every day that interested me the most. It's their history that interested me the most, because you see that even if something as fake as a drama, you still see the little hints of every day. And in a history drama, you still see the little hints of what really happened. And just like the way they like sit, the way they use certain objects, things like that, you can still see their history, even in something as in a movie or drama. And so, which is why I feel like if you want to learn the language itself, then you'll have to know like their mannerisms and the way they think and why they think that way in order to understand why they speak a certain way or why they use certain words in conversation, things like that. But no, those are just the things that have been keeping me awake last night, and the things that kind of stressing me out even this morning. But hopefully I can distract myself today since I won't be able to go into work. And if you're wondering about what I'm wearing, my older brother got me this Totoro hoodie for my birthday. So that's super cute. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching me and joining me today for another coffee talk. If you have any questions about anything, even if it's the personal stuff, I'm happy to answer it. Just leave it in the comments below and subscribe if you want. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.